Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to be talking about sets. Okay, we're just going to be talking about, I'm going to be introducing sets and how to describe sets. So what is a set? So what is a set? Okay, a set is simply a collection of objects, or you can say a collection of values. That's just what it is. Okay, a set is simply a collection of objects or a collection of values. So example, I can say a set of the first 5 prime numbers. So when we're going to make a set, we always use the curly brackets. So we start like this. Okay, so what are the first 5 prime numbers? We have 2, 3, okay, 5, 7, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So this is a set of the first 5 prime numbers. We have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Just gonna put that in bracket. I'll close the bracket. So this is a set of the first 5 prime. So remember that 1 is not a prime number. So a lot of people ask that question, is 1 a prime number? No, it's not a prime number. Okay, we can also have, let's say, a set of, let's say, the first 10 natural numbers. So let's try that. So open our curly brackets. First natural numbers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a set of the first 10 natural numbers, okay, the numbers that we can count with our hands. All right, so that's just the idea behind set. Okay, so it's just a collection of objects. Okay, it can also, or values. Okay, you can also have, let's say, a set of the first 3 months of the year. Okay, so it doesn't have to be numbers all the time. So we can have, let's say, January, February, and March. So this is a set. It's just a collection of objects or values. So let's talk about, the methods. So methods of describing, describing a set. All right. So there are, let's say, 2 ways we can describe a set. I'm just going to use my pen too at the same time. So there are 2 ways we can describe a set. We have what we call the listing method. Okay, sorry about my pen. It's shifting a bit. So I have the listing method, or some people call it the tabular method. Tabular. So we can call it the tabular method or the listing method, and we also have the set builder method. So I'm just going to make a table. Okay, so we have the tabular, or call it the listing method. We also have the set builder method. All right, so what's the difference between these two when you're describing a set? Okay, so in the tabular method, you just, you input, I'm just explaining, input the elements of the set directly. Okay, example, you can have something like, let's say, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so there isn't any explanation. You just input the elements of the set directly. Okay, so no explanation, no explanations. Okay, but in the set builder, in the set builder method, you actually describe. So you describe the properties of the elements. Okay, you describe the properties of the elements. Okay, so it looks something like this. So we can say, I'll have something like this, the X, all right, such that X denotes the first 4 even numbers. Okay, so here we just have 2, 4, 6, 8. We just input the values, we input the elements directly. But here we kind of describe the properties of the element, so we know what we're talking about. So we have, let's say we have the set A. Okay, let's make it this. Name the set A. We can write it like this. So A is a set. Okay, or we have say, yeah, I can say A is a set of all X. Okay, because X here. Now we see this sign, this colon, means such that, and then we can have this. X denotes the first 4 even numbers. Okay, so this have A is a set because this is set A of all X, or sometimes you can just, what I like to write is that of all values that X represents. Okay, so A is a set of all X such that, okay, X denotes the first 4 even numbers. And what are the first 4 even numbers? You have 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so let's try another one. So let's start with the set builder method. So let's say we have a set A, something like this. X such that X is a positive integer and X is less than 10. Okay, so we have A. All right, so we have A is a set of all X, all right, such that, X is a positive integer and X is less than 10. So what could be, so let's try and list them. So we can have a positive integer, we start with 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We stop at 9 because we said X is less than 10. All right, so the set builder notation will look like this, okay? And the listing or tabular notation will look like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have a set A of all X such that X is a positive integer and X is less than 10. Okay. Now, sometimes you might not see a colon, or sometimes they can use what do you call it? You can just use a line like this. So you have something like A, X, then you have this line. X is a positive integer and X is less than 10. Okay, they're actually it is the same thing, so you don't have to worry. They actually are the same thing. Okay, such that we have, okay, A is a set of all X such that, same thing here, A is a set of all X or of all values that X represents such that, X is a positive integer and X is less than 10. Okay, so there are some things you might see in the set builder annotation. So I'm just gonna bring them here. Some things you might see in a set builder annotation just to get ready or just to be prepared. You might see things like this. Just hold on. Okay. All right, you might see something like this. Okay, so I'll start with this one. Okay, now I can say, now this means, or this could mean belongs to, well, let me just type it. Okay. Okay, it can mean belongs to, or say is a member of, or it's going to say is an element of. So it depends on how you want to say it. It's kind of the same thing. Okay. All right, so we can have something like, let's say, okay, my pen. Right, we have some, let's say we have something like X, then we have this one, then we have N. Right, we can say, X belongs to the group of natural numbers, or X is an element of the natural number. So, and then we can have some, okay, then we can have something like this. Example, we can say, let's say we have a set A equals something like this, X, okay, such that, X belongs to, just gonna copy this here, X belongs to, say, natural numbers, okay, and X is less than 5, close the bracket. Okay, so we have A is a set of all X such that X, belongs to the group of natural number, or is a member, or is an element of, the natural numbers, and X is less than 5. So our answers can be, if you want to put that in tabular notation, we have something like natural numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and this is just the opposite. Okay, so does not belong to, or is not a member of, is not a member of. Okay, so it's not an element of, and then the big R here stands for real numbers. All right. The big Z stands for integers. The big W stands for whole numbers, even though it's not as common as R and Z, stands for whole numbers. And then Q stands for rational numbers. Okay, so you will see things like this. So just for you to get accustomed to the way the set builder notation works. Okay, so we have all this. Now let me go down. Let me see if I can. Let's look for an exercise. Let's try something. Okay, so I think I. All right, let's try and express some sets in the set builder form. Okay, so let's say we have something like this. Just gonna copy this quickly. Now express these in the set builder form. Okay, so we have 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So let's try and so the first thing we do, we want to find a relationship among all these numbers. So we can have something like, again, let's say let the set name be A is a set of all X. Okay, such that, what can we see here? So we can say X, okay, is an odd number. Okay, but we can see it's not just all the odd numbers. It stops at 9, so we can say X an odd number and X is, can say, less than 10 or less than or equal to 9. That just depends on how creative you want to be with this. Okay, so we can have this. Right, X is an odd number. Okay, so we have A such that A is a set of all X such that X is an odd number and X is less than 10. So we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You can try this the second one. I'll just leave that for you and see if you can, do that on your own. But if you have any questions, you can just let me know. So let's also try, let me see. Also save some questions here. If you have any questions regarding this, please just let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. Now express these in the listing form or in the tabular form. So let's see. We have a set of all x such that x is greater than, sorry, or equal to 1, and x is less than or equal to 6. So our values here will be, so just maybe I'll put an equal to sign here, less than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to 1, sorry, and less than or equal to 6. It means 1 and 6 are included. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have this one. So I'm not going to do this one, but I'm just going to say it now. We have a set of all x such that x, belongs to the group of integers, and x is less than 5. Okay, so this one, I'm going to give you a clue. This one has no end. Okay, so maybe if you're writing, you can put something like this. So let's say you might need to put something like this, showing that it continues. So I'm going to talk about that in the next video, talking about finite and infinite sets, empty sets, and all that. Okay, so you can try this one. Okay, so we have a set of all x such that x, is an integer, or belongs to a group of integers. And then x is less than 5. So we can do it in a descending order. So let me just do it quickly. So we can have 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. -1, -2, and on and on and on. So you just continue, just keep going, because we're talking about integers here. So integers can be positive or negative. Okay. Now, so you can see I didn't include a 0 here because actually 0 is not considered an integer because it's not a positive or negative whole number. It's just none or nothing. Some people might disagree, might want to include 0, but generally 0 is not considered an integer. Okay, so yeah. So it's neither positive or a negative. So you can't really put it in this set. So I hope that helps, and I'll be back with more. If you have any questions, let me know, and thank you for watching. I would appreciate a like, a comment, a subscription, and all that. Thank you, and have a nice day.